Of course, our other big story tonight, a lot of unanswered questions that still need to be looked into after yesterday's deadly stunt plane crash at Langley Air Force Base. Today, the NTSB arrived on scene to look into the crash and to pick up the wreckage of the plane, which went down yesterday morning. This comes as staff at the base and people in the aviation community continue to mourn the loss of pilot Rob Holland. And here's the details we do know. Pilot Rob Holland was flying in his custom-built single-seat airplane yesterday around 11:30, and he wasn't performing. He was actually just arriving to Langley Air Force Base ahead of his scheduled performance at Air Power over Hampton Roads this weekend. And as he was coming in for a landing, somehow the plane lost control and crashed into the ground between the runway and taxiway. Dan Boggs, who's an aviation safety inspector with the NTSB, says we don't know all that much more than that right now. He did say, however, there were no obstructions on the runway that any pilot would have needed to try to avoid. He also doesn't believe weather was a factor, but he says the real work will come now that the aircraft has been removed from the airfield. It's going to be taken off site for a thorough inspection. Boggs says as it was a custom-built plane, he doesn't think other aerobatic pilots should be concerned at this time.
Now that I'm going to take the aircraft and go off site with it, I'm going to examine everything with the aircraft. If I find something during that investigation that the industry needs to know about, we will immediately put out a safety bulletin for all pilots that fly that class. Hey, you know, be on the lookout, or we're looking at this or something, but we just don't know yet. We're not there.